that feeling ever get old that this is real and a new season starting?
Nah, it doesn't get old. It's a great day for us being back out there for the first time. You know, every time I step on the field, it's a passion to prove, you know, and chase what I want, you know, and what we want. So every time we get on the field, that's what we're doing.
How much of a benefit is it having Brian calling the plays now, the continuity there, but also most of the offense still being together in year three for you in this offense?
I can't say what the benefits are yet. We haven't done anything. So it's a new journey. It's a new journey. Obviously, we have a ton of familiarity, and we're familiar with one another. But you know, we still have to understand that, you know, we're still trying to. We come here first day. We're trying to set the foundation for what the identity of this team will be. That's the main thing. Anything that was done in the past, it really doesn't matter. It's about what we do now, the precedent we set now, and the standards we set for ourselves moving forward. So, raising that standard.
Are there tangible benefits to being another year in this team that they can show this season?
I think there are tangible benefits of experience. Experience is the biggest teacher. And I think personally that's a testament of my career as itself, from high school to college to where I am now. Just ongoing development, ongoing growth, ongoing understanding of the IQ part of it, and more knowledge of the game and what we're doing. So it all goes in hand in doing my job.
Jalen, what was the process like for you to kind of reset last season to bed and get your mind clear first?
More so just setting the priorities for what I had personally for myself, and you know, setting those things. You know, you understand that things have to happen for you to move forward. You know, and if you fail, you want to fail forward. And you know, we know what our goals are, but it's a day-by-day process in that, and that's why times like this time of the year is very important for the foundation of what the team will be. So we just want to continue to go out there and compete. I'm excited to, you know, compete with them every day, compete together every day to make each other better.
What are your initial impressions of what DeAndre and Rashad will bring about?
Yeah, they're very great players with the ball in their hands. I'm excited to just see them more, get a feel for them and how they play the game. Obviously great assets for us.
Last 6 weeks, what were your priorities?
Just getting better. You know, I think as you go through things, goals change, but standards don't. And in fact, the only thing that changes with the standard is it rises. So, you know, just challenging myself, challenging the people around me, being intentional with the work, and you know, this is the best time of the year, like I said.
Jalen, how often did you rewatch the Super Bowl, or even just learn from what did you?
Yeah, like I said, you know, we've moved on. I think, you know, everything is a learning experience. Everything is truly a learning experience, but you know, right now it's about setting an identity for what this team will be. It's my main thing. If you go write something after I said say that. It's about writing. It's about setting an identity for what this team and finding out what that will be, because it's different from year to year.
Sorry, what do you want that to be? The identity of this team?
Whatever wins, you know, whatever wins. Simple as that. Whatever wins.
Has there been any, even though it's familiarity with Brian Johnson, has it been a smooth transition for you as him being offensive coordinator?
Yeah. I mean, the relationship we have goes way back since I was 4 years old, so that definitely helps. We're going to continue to build our process of communication, how we do that, what that looks like, and continue to find out what the identity for us is. You know, it's different from coach to coach, and I'm excited to navigate that, but there's no doubt that he'll do a great job.
We've seen quarterbacks that have the ability to also run over the course of their career, become better passers. Is that something, obviously you took a huge lead last year, but is there going to be a natural progression of you doing less of that and more of that, and have you even thought about that?
I don't know what that'll bring, but I know that I'm embracing the uniqueness of my game, and just being a triple threat out there, being someone knowledgeable and understanding of what's going on in the field, being able to make those throws and being able to cause problems on the ground as well. So those are the three areas as a quarterback that I'm embracing, and I want to just continue to excel at.
Jalen, do you ever think about having a coaching staff that embraces that same uniqueness to your game? Because maybe every coaching staff wouldn't do that. Do you realize maybe this is a really good group for me?
Yeah, I think like I said, we talk about the identity, right? Everybody has different styles of doing things, and I think that's why quarterback is one of the most unique positions, because everybody gets it done in different ways. I just think my way is, it's a little different, and it's rare in a sense, and regardless, I always talk about, you just want to find a way to get it done, and we have great players on the team, and we all play well together, so we just want to continue to do that.
Jalen, when you look at AJ and Devontae, they're both coming off career years and everything. Do you see like room where they can get even better, and like what kind of things do you see about that as far as that?
And then we just talk about consistency, consistency. Everybody challenging themselves, challenging everyone around you to just continue to raise the standard. And I know those guys have a sense of urgency about them that I love and admire. So we love playing with them.
Did you get a chance to watch the quarterback documentary?
I have not. I actually turned it down last year. I didn't feel it was appropriate for the year, so I turned down the opportunity to be on it. That time will come. I know there's a lot of the journey to be told, and there's a lot yet to unfold that will be told one day, and that time will come.
Just to be clear, you said you turned it down before last season, not before this season.
Last year and this year.
Who's this, year 12?
Yes, year 12, yeah.
How much do you enjoy the challenge of keeping up at the same level and going through this and being part of this deep into your career?
I think you got to enjoy it, but also you got to embrace it, and that's what I do. I enjoy and embrace every year and every chance I get, to be a part of the, in the NFL. And right now it's day one, first practice. So it should be a good year of year 12.
How big are the adjustments with a new defensive coordinator, or is it a lot of the same things?
Man, most defenses, some are the same, just different terminology. But I think the biggest thing as a pro, you just have to be able to adjust, and learn a new terminology, know his expectations, and know what he expects of all of us. And we have to handle as as we've been here before. So.
What do you expect from Jalen Carter?
I mean, I've been in his position. I've been, drafted in the first round. You expect a lot. But the biggest thing is to get in and learn. Learn the defense. Learning how to practice as a pro. Learning, just the new environment of being around. Having to deal with a lot of media and let go of the distractions. But overall, he's gonna be a really good player for us.
Statistically, the best season of your career in 18, the year after you guys won the Super Bowl. Was that coincidence, or was there something you did after you guys won in the shortened offseason to get yourself? Did you do anything differently, I guess, is what I'm asking, that caused you to play some tremendous?
I think the biggest thing was getting rest. After playing for over a decade, is make sure you're mentally and physically prepared to go into the next season, and getting the right rest. Make sure I'm training, but obviously with a short off season, you can't attack it as you always do. So it's just always a build up, and the later it got to come into training camp, the more I kind of ramped it up, and I feel good.
What do you think you'll see from Jordan Davis this year, and maybe what he can learn from his first year?
I mean, obviously a little time in the offseason, and you can see it. You can see the growth from the jump from the first year to the second year, and it's really good to see. He's healthy. I think last year he started to ramp up, and then he got hurt, and as a rookie, I think that kind of affected him. He was out for an amount of time and, got back into the groove of things. And now he's healthy and he's flying around, and you can feel his presence.
What was your first shot at the free agency? What was that like for you?
It was a lot of things. It was one of the things that make sure I'm making the right decision for myself. And make sure it's where I wanted to be, where I was wanted, and I think I made the right decision to come back. Hey, I'm here for 12 years, and enjoy it.
Fletch, realistically, at that moment, you hit free agency, 4-4, playing yourself,
It's always hard. It's always hard because you never know. In this league, you never know. That's the business part about it that you have to understand. And, I think I understand that part. And, I didn't want to go nowhere. I thought about it. It was offers on the table, but I wanted to be here. And that's where I am now.
Getting back to Jordan a little bit, how much you mentioned year 1 to year 2, how much is that comfort? It's been a while for you, but to be there that second year versus your rookie season, how much do you think that matters to a young player?
It does. His conditioning is way better than it was last year, this year. Obviously, he come back, he know what to expect. I watched him run a conditioning test. He did a great job. I don't think he was gassed at one bit. Flew around in individuals day, flew around in practice. The reps he did take, which today was a short day. But I'm looking forward to, seeing him just continue to grow in his conditioning. He's taking care of himself, came back, his weight was great. So I'm excited for him. It's just, whoever it's going to be, just connecting with those guys. Get used to hearing that voice behind you, and that's the biggest thing. Get used to hearing that voice, the new voice. Obviously, I heard TJ voice for years, so getting used to hearing the Kobe, and he's a little more soft-spoken, so you got to kind of pay attention and get used to it.
What do you remember about dealing with the expectations as a first-round pick, as a rookie, and what lessons did you learn about dealing with that you can transfer to Jalen?
My rookie year was rough. We were 4-12. So, I think that's probably one of the worst feelings that you can get as a rookie coming in. But, just for Jordan, just attack each day. Find one thing every day and get better. And I think, that's what's going to help him. He's obviously getting some rep right now with the second group. And some guys that's in that second group that's been playing for a while, so he get a chance to get up to the speed.
We've got a very special guest on his way here.
Does this
A
feel
little
like
walk and talk as we
never get old, the excitement of everyone
training
together?
No, I don't think so. Again, you have to enjoy and embrace each moment, and it's really a blessing to be here for 12 years and, still playing at a high level, so I'm excited about it.
How often do you get a chance to reflect how special and how rare
You got guys, obviously I've been here with these guys for a long time, so we all talk about it, we all joke about it, and hopefully, we all retire as Eagles, and I think, that's all our plan. I think today was, we started out good, everything, and then I think towards the end of the practice, I think, as a leader and as a, as team, I think that, it was the pre-snap penalties probably got a little sloppy, but, I think we'll fix that. It's the first day. Guys are excited. I think that, personally, individually, collectively we'll approach it and fix it as a team.
A lot of the young, really good defensive tackles in the league, the young ball pros, took them a little while to get to where they were. Defensive tackle's kind of a position that maybe takes a little while for guys to find their sea legs or whatever. Did you find that early in your career, and why do you think that is?
I had good guys around me, Cullen Jenkins, Trent Cole, Darryl Tapp, all those guys, they were there for me, and that's the biggest thing for me. I had leadership, and that's the thing I try to do for these young guys now. Be a good leader for them and let them know that they can be great.
Wayne, what did you make of Cam Jurgens today?
Man, he looked good. He came into camp strong, weights up a little bit, and he was crisp today. So obviously it's the first day, but came off the ball well, ran great angles, and played well today. It's going to take time. It's going to take training camp, but got a little bit during the spring, so he got familiar with it and really had a good day today. But Kelce's helping him along. Coach Stouts is coaching him up, so he's a tremendous athlete. So that helps a lot in the learning curve.
How do you feel physically, Lane, coming into this game?
Man, I feel awesome. I rehabbed pretty early, so had the surgery in February on both groins. And, yeah, after the first initial weeks, I was up working out and got cleared a few months later. So really feeling good.
At the whole postseason experience, what did you learn about yourself playing through that injury?
Yeah, I mean, you'd be surprised, what pressure can do to you, what adversity can do to you. But, I knew we had a good team. We have a lot of great people in the building. So, for myself, it was owing it to them to play. And, after the first couple weeks, I wasn't feeling as much pain as I initially was. So, it really eased up throughout the playoff run.
This is as healthy as you guys have been going into camp in a long time. What's the reason for that, you think?
I think for our medical staff and our strength and conditioning staff, just how they've made strides over the past few years. I mean, COVID was kind of a setback for everybody, but once that got settled down, I really think just the strength development has really propelled a lot of players. As far as injury-wise, besides me, I can't think of too many people that got injured. So, kudos to them because, they work out with our guys every day before, during, and after practice.
Coach, he's got the microphone out there. You may be able to hear him without it, but
Yeah.
how forceful is he with his coaching? How much more comfortable is he?
Yeah, he's good. I mean, he's always been a verbal guy. But one thing, I like about the film room that, he's done differently from other coaches is that, when we go back and watch film, he'll put the player or the number of the player that might have messed up, or if the coaches might have made a bad call, he'll put the coach's name up there. So, from that aspect, it makes everybody accountable and holds everybody to the same standard.
Why do you think you and BG and Kelce and Fletch have been able to all keep going at this level, stay together in the age of free agency, and stay together as a group?
Yeah, I think you look at the guys that have played here before us. For me, Runyon, Trey Thomas, Jason Peters. I see guys like him, Whitworth, Trent Williams, those guys pushing to their late 30s, early 40s. That's my motivation. I remember when I came in my rookie year, JP's 32, 33, and I see how he's first in every drill, how he's running from drill to drill. So those guys set the example for me. And, and playing for this city, I think it demands the players to be the best versions of themselves. Yeah, it's a big market, a lot of pressure, but, at the same time, I feel like you get addicted to that. And, it's all about our brothers. And, yeah, man, we just have a good time. You're very fortunate to be playing a kid's game at, 30-something years old. So, yeah, I'm just soaking it in, man, and really cherishing my time with them.
All those guys you mentioned finish somewhere else.
Yeah.
How important is it for you guys to, like Fletch just talked about how you could all retire as the Eagles, play your whole career here. How special would that be?
Yeah, I think that's every single person that we just talked about's goal. We don't want to go anywhere else. Obviously, contracts, they vary, but, I think Fletch had other options even a couple years ago when he chose to stay here because he loves it here and he loves the people here. And I can say the same for myself. Obviously, Kelce loves it here, BG. So, yeah, man, it's just something different about the city. You don't get the same treatment in other cities as you do here when you go about the town, the same passion for football. So you can't really find that anywhere else.
You sort of started your career with Dennis Kelly here.
Yeah. Felt like it's 2013 again. No, man, Dennis is such a great dude. I remember when I came in, and obviously some things changed, but he was always there helping me, guiding me. As a player, and off the field, a great dude. But he's had great success at Tennessee. He's had success at Green Bay, and you don't play this long or have this long a career unless you have a lot of ability and what you can offer to a team. So glad to have him back. Only difference is I had a little bit of hair last time he was here. His hair is a little bit he's got a different haircut, but other than that, a lot of similarities.
If I can indeed look back to 5 years ago, coming off the Super Bowl victory.
Yeah.
But you guys had a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
Carson wasn't even really practicing at the start of that camp. Do you remember how that felt versus now, as Zach mentioned earlier?
Yeah. Mentally, the year after is very. As far as mentally, you got to prepare yourself because you're going to get everybody's best shot. Going into the season, you have high expectations, so you really got to quiet the noise. You really got to focus on your job. You got to limit the distractions, and you really got to, make that well known throughout the team because yeah, I mean, people are going to be coming for us, but we're gunning for them too. But I would say the biggest challenge, I mean, obviously injuries play a part, but mentally, it was different.
Time around other O-linemen this offseason, whether it was at Masterminds, at your house, what are you hearing from those young guys when they kind of talk to you now at this stage of your career?
Yeah, I mean, they're just looking, for advice. I mean, I remember when I was coming to the league, I was a new tackle. I haven't played that long. I didn't really know a whole lot of players, obviously. So I remember Steve Hudson talking when he was there that he wished that he had that when he was a younger player, maybe in college. So a lot of the college guys got to talk to Hutch, got to talk to Will Shields, got to talk to Andrew Whitworth. And so just get a lot of great advice. And I think the timing of it, obviously right before camp is crucial. So, obviously we talked football the first day. Second day was football training, and then, talked the mental health aspect. And that's really, I feel like we got the most kind of attention throughout the group. So, athletes are faced with more challenges nowadays than maybe they have in the past. So I felt a real connection with those young guys through that.
You got some reps against Nolan today. What are your early impressions?
He's quick, man. Yeah, he's quick. You gotta be patient with him. He's a great athlete, but what I like about Nolan and the little time that I've known him is that he works hard and that he's always positive. He kind of has that BG type attitude, never has a bad day. So, obviously I think he'll learn a lot from Hassan, from Sweat, and yeah, man, he's been great so far.
Jalen, I know you don't really line up against him, but just from watching him.
Yeah, I mean, physically, man, he looks the part. Got to go against him a few times in the run game. He's stout. So, yeah, I'm anxious to see him out there, him with Jordan Davis too, Fletch. So, yeah, man, let the big guys teach them and let the young guys feast.
Do you think you're going to make one of these top 100 lists anytime soon?
I hope this year to be my second time, so we'll see. But, yeah, I mean, as I gotten older, my focus used to be primarily on that. I put a lot of attention on that now. I mean, my job is just to focus on the work, what I'm doing today at practice, what I'm doing in the weight room, and let everything else take care of itself. And usually it works out better that way. Huh? Man, I got to go look, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, obviously saw some of those guys play, earlier in my career. We saw Swift last year in Detroit, beat us up pretty good the first half. So, yeah, man, we have a lot of great backs. Boston back there, Gainwell. So, after the first couple of days, first couple of weeks, I'll have some more answers on that. But it's a good problem to have.
This isn't your first rodeo reporting the training camp and the excitement of coming out here. Does that ever get old? Do you have butterflies when you walk out here?
Yeah, I have butterflies every time I walk out here. The difficult thing about football is that, the earliest portion of it is usually the hardest. You're coming out here at training camp. It's like a game day atmosphere every day. So mentally you got to get ready for it. And I think it really kind of prepares you for, the season. So, yeah, man, I still get butterflies every time I'm out here.
Coming back yet?
Not yet. No, give me another couple of weeks. We'll see how I feel. But, no, it's exciting right now. Obviously, camp early on, it's really exciting to get back out here with the guys and, see where the progress has been made. And, there's a lot of young players out here, rookies, that you're getting a chance to really see first time live. So, this is like the first day of school. Everybody's excited. And, once we start running the test, then it'll get a little bit more hard. It's early, obviously. I haven't even watched the film yet to really fully gauge it. But, it's fun to see the way guys play, Jalen Carter, the way he's moving around. And already the guards are talking about different things to try to do against him. Jordan Davis, another year under his belt, long, strong. So it's a good matchup for me. We'll be looking forward to getting reps against all these guys throughout camp. The core four. Is that all the old guys? No, obviously, we played a lot of football together. We know each other very well. We've been through a lot of battles. It's really rare that many guys gets to play over a decade together. So, we're obviously, really proud of the way our careers have gone here and the way we played together and the way we've kind of fought through adversity throughout our 10 years. So, yeah, we definitely are really happy that all of us are returning.
We've had camps here where 8, 10, 12 guys are missing on the first day because of injuries. What is the team doing now to keep you guys healthier than you've been in the past?
You know, our strength and conditioning department and sports science, Ted Rath and those guys, they do a phenomenal job at making sure that scientifically we're putting ourselves in the best position. Injuries are going to happen. You can't avoid them. The league has 100% injury rates. You're going to be hurt at some point. But there are things you can do to try and mitigate them, and I think we do as good, if not better, than anybody at trying to stay healthy. And with that, you still got to make sure you're getting the reps in and finding a way to get good work. So I think we do a really, really good job of towing that line while also making sure that guys are getting looks, getting technique in, and improving.
Jason, how similar, if at all, was this offseason for you compared to the one after you guys won this season?
Well, it was a lot less fun. It's a shortened off season. You don't have as much time, and so it feels like it flies by. But outside of that, all the off seasons tend to be the same. For me, you get into your rhythm, you're working out. For me, I stick around here and I work out here for the majority of the off season when I can. If I'm not on vacation someplace or out for an event or something, I come in here, eat at the cafeteria, work out in the same weight room. So, I don't think it's that different. It just feels like it goes by really quickly.
You mentioned Jalen Carter. What were your first impressions of him? Going through practice today?
I mean, I still didn't even block him today, but you see him, and there was a practice rep later on in the day, the last red zone period, where you kind of feel him make a drastic inside move. So we're talking about him. I think I'll be interested to really look at the tape and see what it looks like and continue to watch him. It's the first day, so you try not to make any. I've learned, do not take first impressions, I guess, as the end-all be-all. The mark of this league is consistency. And that's being an offensive lineman, defensive lineman, quarterback. The guys that do it day in, day out, game in, game out, season after season, are the guys that are going to have sustained success. So I look forward to continue to see all of these guys out there.
What's it like when you have a teammate come back after a while like Dennis Kelly? What was that like seeing him?
Man, that was like a flashback. Yeah, Dennis is awesome. He was a fan favorite in the locker room before he left. One of those guys that people have still kept in touch with. So he's ended up having a very long career. He's brought in the same year as Fletcher Cox. So I guess he's part of the core five maybe now. But yeah, he's what I think his 11th year he's going into, and I think he's proven to be a very valuable player, and I think he can play multiple positions. Really smart. He's a great for the room type guy. Everybody loves him, so we're certainly excited to have Dennis back in the building.
How's Cam's transition going so far?
Well, we've had one day at it, and he's doing good. I think once we get pads on and everything, it'll be more of a apparent. But I thought he did some really good things today. We had a couple really, really good blocks. You're just trying to iron out everything together and be on the same page. And for him, he's getting used to a guard that he's never played before, not even in college. So there's a little bit of differences there. You're already off the ball, so you don't have to work to get depth, kind of the same way you do at center. You're more of setting the point, the aggressor at guard as opposed to at center, I guess. But he has a tremendous skill set, and I think for his first day, he looked great.
Even if it's the same offensive scheme,
yeah,
it's a new person running the meetings. What has stood out to you about Brian Johnson in the spring, and then I guess the limited exposure he's had?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things that all of these coaches do is they do a great job of communication. I think Shane was like that last year. Nick is certainly like that, especially for a guy that doesn't call the plays and is just the head coach. He's very involved with what's happening still. And it's not to the point that you're a micromanager. It's just to a point that you understand the frame of reference that everybody has. And I think Brian is very much doing that already. He was in the offensive line meeting room yesterday. And I think, the offensive line room, to me, I feel good about an offensive coordinator if they're sticking around the offensive line a little bit. Because it's so often that as a coordinator, you get so enveloped in the passing game and everything else going on that a lot of the times those guys don't have a clue what's happening in the O-line room. And I think to be a great offensive coordinator, to be a great play caller, you really have to have the full gambit of why we're doing things, what we're doing things because of, why the run game plays are in this week. And I think that they all do a great job of that. But Brian's stepped right in, and he's communicating from the receivers to the tight ends to the O-line, and obviously Jalen. So.
Practice, I know it's just one practice, but there were a lot of pre-snap penalties. What did you see from your vantage point? And was there a unifying theme?
I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch it. I know we had at least one with the starters. It's early on. You're going to have mistakes. Our big emphasis right now is going in there, finding out what led to the mistakes, the pre-snap penalties, the missed assignments, all that stuff, and iron it out and just continue to get better each and every day. So, I'd have to go back and look at, I guess, what the majority of the pre-snap penalties were. But I think that's pretty typical for first day out.
Casey, you did so much in the offseason with the podcast and the beer chugging on Saturday Night Live. Was there a point where you decided to kind of you realized it was important to be a personality in Philadelphia, or was it just your natural personality that's kind of shown through?
I'm trying not to be a personality. I'm trying to just be Jason Kelce. I think I got asked this earlier on the radio today about you're like a celebrity or like in People magazine or something like that, the Kelce brothers. And I try to, I don't necessarily like that aspect of it, to be honest with you. I enjoy just living my life and doing what brings me joy and having fun. And, I enjoy the real aspects of all these things more so than the production of them. But, it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. I've interacted with my brother more than I ever have throughout our tenure here in the NFL. And it's been fun to, in some ways, rekindle that brotherhood, and outside of losing to them in the Super Bowl, it was a pretty good year for us.
First day of school, Brandon, ever get old for you at this stage?
Nah, man, I'm enjoying myself. Today was a good one. Just being out here, being healthy. I mean, I'm just trying to help them young guys, man, as much as I can. Just, trying to enjoy being on a good team, man, because at the end of the day, I'm in year 14, still feeling good, but I just want to serve this year, man. Want to serve them boys, get them boys to the next level, keep this thing going. So, I mean, great first day, but I know we got a lot to learn and a lot to do.
What is the difference between now and when camp started last year when you were still coming off the Achilles?
You know what? I think it's just me going into year 14, people not knowing, what are you going to do this year, how you going to be. There's no expectations for me this year other than just to remain healthy, keep that positive attitude, keep having fun, hopefully redo what we did last year. Not thinking about last year, but just, keeping that same mentality of one day, because we was building something and we continue to keep building even through the storm that we went through the last game. So I know for me, I still got that chip on my shoulder, wanting to go out there and prove myself every day that, we belong in this league, and still that we going to do all we can to make sure we win in this league too. It's been cool, man. Like, it's been genuine. It's like, that's the biggest thing. It's been him. Like I told him, be you, baby. At the end of the day, I just love that he coming in with a worker's mentality and want to learn. And, he tell me some things he know, and he willing to learn and willing to soak in all the stuff that we trying to teach him. So, I mean, we headed in the right direction with that. And, man, like I say, I just want to serve them boys, man. I want to see them win. It's cool that they got other Georgia Bulldogs with them, so it's a level of comfort for them out there because they got people that they know and that they familiar with. So I think it's gonna be a great year for all of them because, them boys, they came in ready to work, and from what it sounded like they coached back in Georgia, it was harder than what we do now. Not saying that that's a good or bad thing. I'm just saying them boys work. So they know how to work. I'll say that.
What does it give you? What does it give you to go on the field or in the locker room and see Fletch, Kelce, Lane? You guys have been together. I mean, it's crazy how long you've been together. What does it give you to have them around?
man, it still feels good to be able to produce all of us. And so I think just enjoying that part, man, to be able to still contribute to this team, to still be, validated and, appreciated, because every day, if I can't do it, I wouldn't be out here. I'd be coaching it or trying to, still help them that way. But I'm happy that I'm able to still do some stuff and still, be that good teammate to them boys, because like I told them, I just want to see them win. And I know Fletcher and those guys, we all know what it feel like to be up here and be there. But I'm willing to, let's go, man. I want to take you to the next level, because it's y'all time. It's them boys' time. And so I just want to keep showing them boys how it's done, and them boys going to eventually take over. And I know Nolan and them guys just soaking it all up. So having them guys in every room, Fletcher in the D-tackle room, Kelce in O-line, D-line, that's only going to spread, and it's only going to be good for the next guys coming up.
So it sounds like, because last year you embraced a role with a lot less snaps, even though you were very, very productive. It sounds like you're open to embracing that similar role this year, where it's less snaps, but you can contribute in other ways and take advantage of your opportunities when you get it.
Yeah, I think that's important, man. Knowing your role on this team and just maximizing it, because things change. The whole goal is to stay healthy during the year, but you want to stay ready too. You don't want anybody to get hurt, but you want to make sure that you stay ready, stay fit, stay together, stay knowing what to do, and appreciating just your role, because everybody's role is important, man. I mean, I can't tell you enough on how much just even talking to each other the right way is the best thing, because a lot of guys be in their own head, man. And if I can help them on talking a little more positive to themselves and not worrying about what they can't control, I think that serves a lot of guys well, because a lot of guys got the gift, but it's more between the ears, man, and not letting the ups and downs of it, destroy you and make you, just you can exert too much energy worrying about stuff that don't matter. And so I think that's my message to the guys this year, man. Just have fun, man, because, dang, we was just in Arizona, now we're here. That's how fast time flying. And so I'm just trying to appreciate just one day at a time. And, man, I appreciate being on a good team, because we got some good stuff going. We just got to make sure we bring it all together. Like, as you know, we got to build that team.
The change in terminology that Sean's brought to the defense, how much does that affect how much of a process, how long is that process, and is it more for the secondary than it is for the guys in front?
Well, I think with any new coach, you got a timetable. And so OTAs, it was good to have everybody, majority of the guys here, just so that training camp will be the first time you open that book, and you got to learn from that. I think, it's his first year, but I think we got a smart team, and I think these boys will pick it up good. And then eventually their personality is going to show when they really confident on what it is that Coach Desai want to do and where you want to be, where you want us to be. And I think it's just a daily walk, just like with Jalen. Like, a lot of guys didn't know what he was going to do last year. All he did was stay consistent to what he did, putting the work in. I can remember reports on, he had a bad day today or this and that. And then next thing you know, when the game started, it started clicking for him. Just got to stay focused. Can't worry about nothing else but just getting better every day. And I think we got a smart team to be able to pick up the plays that Coach Desai has drawn up for us, and the scheme that he's trying to push for this year. And, it's just we got to go do it. And eventually we're going to be out there flying fast and back to, just being us.
Do you think it'll be a lot different than what we've seen, or do you think there's a lot of similarities?
There's some similarities, but it's just different verbiage, different terminology. And some guys been in this type of system before, and so it helps. I know Janaris Robinson, they did this in the Vikings, and you got a couple guys that they did this already, and they just called it something different, but they know the concepts, and they know what he's trying to do. So that helps, especially with the new guys coming in. And I feel like with us, we got a smart team, and that's fortunate, for us. And so I think people gonna pick it up. We got a lot of guys that want to help each other, and even if somebody don't know, we out there talking to each other, big communication. And yeah, man, I think we just gotta keep working, man. Today was a good day, but I know we got a lot to learn today.
It's your sixth time having a new defensive coordinator. What indicators do you look for to know that you guys are where you need to be in picking up that skill?
Well, I think when you see in the defense really out there talking, and, when you talking, you confident. I feel like a lot of guys, their personalities come out, especially when they making plays, being where they supposed to be. that's when I know. Like when we out there flying and it's like, whoo, in the beginning you see guys kind of like, oh, shoot, I messed up on this. Or, you know, you kind of cautious because they thinking a lot because they want to impress. They want to let coach know that they know. And sometimes, you know, you're going to make mistakes. But I know when people flying around and it's just like become second nature. So right now, it was some good stuff and it was some bad stuff where we like, all right, we can learn from this. But you can see a lot of guys gifted, but they need to be able to play fast, and that's just knowing what to do. Mm-hmm. Focus. You know, that boy, you know, he looked good. I think already in OTAs, just the extra that he was doing with us, like the extra what he was doing with me and, you know, all the other guys that was doing extra. I mean, you could tell that he's comfortable because of his guys being here with him. You know, him leaving and coming in last year, got a little year under his belt. Now he going in a year 2, got some guys he familiar with too. That always helps, and they all motivating each other. So Jordan Davis, I'm excited for it because I really do think he's going to have a great jump from year 1 to year 2.
There today. What was the last year like for him, and can he still help you guys?
Oh man, he's upbeat. Like I told him out there. Hey man, just put that smile up, man. Smile more, cause you know at the end of the day, you still here. So much you done been through, you can make it all go away just by what you do this year. And luckily, we still got a chance. And so enjoy, embrace that chance. Make sure you working every day, and like I tell you, control what you can. And you know, I just be wanting to be there for them guys because mentally, a lot of people, you know, just don't realize how great of a spot they really in. And, you know, sometimes the media or what people say sometimes get to people. And I always try to help them with that because, you know, y'all got a job to do just as much as we got a job. We got to make sure we block the noise just as much as y'all got to keep the noise up. So I think, you know, helping him with that, knowing that he still got a chance by what he do out there and what he put out there. I didn't know I was gonna be here this long. Sometimes I thought I was gonna be gone, but what they couldn't take away from me is when I got opportunity is my attitude and what I put out on that film. So like I told him, you control that part, and we'll see where the cards lay when they come up. So I'm happy for him.
You remind Derek that like you had your best year in your 12, 13 seasons, and you know there's no reason he can't have a similar career arc.
Similar comeback. Everything could come in the back end. I feel like in the beginning it didn't start off so well for me, but everything now has been in the back end. But it's you staying that perseverance you got to have through this hard time. Yeah, the media saying it. You might not be here. You might be here. You don't know. Right now you here. So take care of it right now. And so that was my mindset. That's how T. Cole and them guys helped me kind of snap back because at the end of the day, like I told him, like, man, my goal was to make people eat their words or what they said about me before. And so that kind of stayed with me. And it still stay with me now. Even though I'm having fun, I try not to hold that too much. But you do got to have some type of motivation for the year that's going to keep you going, especially when it get hard. Because today was hard because it's the first day. I don't care how much you work out and do what you do during the off season. When them coaches out there and you got a little more adrenaline going, man, it's just something about it. But it's how you bounce back and how you move forward and how you handle your business. So I think DB gonna have a good shot, a good thing going, man. And like I told him, control the controllables.
Hey, you mentioned Janarius a little bit earlier. He's kind of under the radar, but man, he looks the part.
Look good, don't he? That's why I told him. You know, it's a lot of people like Teron Jackson, same thing. Hungry, you can see it. You see these guys putting forth like effort and individual, and just don't want to make mistakes. But like I told him, don't be too tight. Make your mistakes, but learn from them, because we all gotta figure it out and eventually play faster and faster so that we can get to that quarterback and make plays. So it's a lot of guys under the radar. Like I told them, that's good to be under the radar because ain't nobody searching for you, but make sure they see you on film. And I think Janoris and Tyron is doing a great job. Even like guy like Milton, you know, that I'm excited for because you can just see the attitudes change. And these guys, they got another year under their belt, and they going into the season with an opportunity in preseason to show off what they gotten better with from last year. And man, sky's the limit for them boys.